Well, everyone, let's go and do a comparison between the iPhone 15 Pro and the iPhone 12 Pro and see which particular phone is a better one for you. Now, I will tell you, obviously, clearly speaking, the iPhone 15 Pro is going to be the better one in almost every single way. But I do think in a lot of ways the iPhone 12 Pro is still a very decent iPhone, and it's going to be interesting kind of see how both these kind of compare. So let's go see how they hold up. If you want to pick up either one of these types of iPhones, though, links will be down in the description. You can get them from there, and you can help support the channel at the same exact time. Now, starting off with the outside of both these particular iPhones, the iPhone 12 Pro, which came out back in 2020, on the front side of this particular phone has a 6.1-inch Super Retina XDR OLED display. It's a good looking panel. I feel like this phone looks very decent. It gets fairly bright, but it's a 60 hertz panel. You do have the notch up top, and there's a little bit more bezel around this particular iPhone than something like the iPhone 15 Pro. So this type of iPhone definitely hasn't aged like amazingly well, but it's still okay and it's still good enough for the most part. But do keep in mind with an iPhone like the iPhone 15 Pro, it's definitely going to be looking much better than something like the iPhone 12 Pro. The 15 Pro is giving you basically a much better looking and feeling body in almost every single way. With the iPhone 15 Pro, you're basically getting a 6.1-inch Super Retina XDR OLED display on this particular iPhone. There's noticeably less bezel on this particular iPhone as well, and this iPhone looks so nice. You have the dynamic island at the very top, so it kind of just blends in with the display a little bit. You kind of get used to it. It's also a much brighter display, so it gets very, very bright, and also it's a 120 hertz display as well. So this kind of stuff is very important when you're buying this iPhone because you're going to be getting a device that holds up very well from that particular perspective. And just that stuff in and of itself is a very, very nice and cool thing going on for this particular iPhone. And from that side, it gets a thumbs up for me without a doubt. From the rest of the bodies, one thing that I actually do like about the iPhone 12 Pro, for one, you're getting a SIM card tray inside of this iPhone. So it's nice getting that type of capability. But also with the iPhone 12 Pro, you're getting this reflective material. This gold color of the 12 Pro was like one of my most favorite colors of all time. It was very, very nice having that type of capability. So I definitely do miss the reflective material on the iPhone 12 Pro than this kind of like standard material on the 15 Pro. You're also getting this like action button on the side of the iPhone 15 Pro versus the standard switch on the 12 Pro. At the very top, nothing else going on. At the bottom, USB Type-C port on the 15 Pro, a Lightning port on the iPhone 12 Pro, which is substantially better in my personal opinion. On the backside, you are getting a triple camera setup on the backside of the iPhone, basically on the backside of both of these. But if you take a close look, just look at how much bigger the iPhone 15 Pro lens is over the iPhone 12 Pro lens. It is crazy to me how much bigger of a lens you're getting on the iPhone 15 Pro, and it looks very nice on the 15 Pro. Very good camera here. The 12 Pro's camera still is good, not much to complain about. There's some things to complain about, but the 15 Pro is definitely better. You're getting frosted glass backs on the back of both of these, which feel and look great. You're getting MagSafe capability on the back side of both, Apple logo right here. Very, very good stuff. And I would definitely tell you on the exterior here, like I said, there's not really like an insane amount of things to complain about here. I think Apple did a really good job with both these devices. And I do think for the most part, the iPhone 15 Pro is definitely a far better feeling one and a looking one than the 12 Pro. But the 12 Pro still does a good job, and for the most part, I definitely do give a lot of credit for the 12 Pro at bringing back the flat sides and this newer type of body style that we've had ever since, the iPhone 12 Pro came out. Now, when it comes down to the software longevity, this is also another important thing to keep in mind. When it comes down to both these devices, the iPhone 12 Pro is probably going to be giving you not as long of a software support as the iPhone 15 Pro. There's about 3 years of difference from a software perspective between both these devices. So when you're going from an iPhone 12 Pro to an iPhone 15 Pro, you're probably going to want the device that's going to be giving you a better experience, and the iPhone 15 Pro is going to be the one in almost every single way. This phone's going to be giving you a longer lasting phone, so if you want the longer lasting one, clearly the iPhone 15 Pro is going to be the one for you, and it's probably going to last longer by like 3 years. So very, very big difference in and of itself as well. Now let's go and do a speed comparison between both these phones. The iPhone 15 Pro has that Apple A17 Pro chip inside of it with 8 gigabytes of RAM, where the iPhone 12 has that Apple A14 Bionic chip inside of it with 6 gigabytes of RAM. So let's go see which one's the faster phone between both. Okay, let's get into it. All the apps are clear in the background. Let's get into app stores. 3, 2, 1. Now this is not going to be that fast, but you can see even here, like that was already kind of a big difference. Scrolling through, let's see if there's any big differences, and you can definitely tell there's a difference between the iPhone 12 Pro 60 Hz panel and the 120 Hz panel on the iPhone 15 Pro. Hopping out of these two, we do have some third-party apps that we can test out. So let's get into those. We have Netflix, which I don't even think I have here. We have Thank You. Let's do Temple Run 2, 3, 2, 1. Now with this type of game, hopefully it works out well. Sometimes you may get into a pop-up where it's not going to work that well, so we're just going to see. and both handled pretty well right here, so that in and of itself was very interesting. And you can see again, basically the iPhone 15 Pro. Dude, it was slightly faster, but it really wasn't that big of a difference. Like, it was still actually very, very close between them too, which is actually pretty crazy. You'd expect both these phones to be like, very different, but that was actually very interesting. It was like roughly around the same thing. Subway Surfers, 3, 2, 1. Now this game as well, I mean, it's going to be a very, very easy game to kind of understand. Now I want to click on download update, and I want to see, even just getting into this was faster on the 15 Pro, but clicking on update, let's see which one is faster. So I had to click it twice here. They're both connected to the same exact Wi-Fi. They both theoretically should take kind of around the same time, but I will say this one took a little bit of extra time because I had to click update twice. With the iPhone 15 Pro, you can see it did end up getting faster, but it was, and this one did kind of glitch up a little bit again and had to like kind of reinstall it. I'm not too sure why that kind of stuff ends up happening. I could try stopping it and reinstalling and see what ends up happening, but that was in and of itself another very, very weird thing. So now I guess we can go back into it, try loading them back up again, and try getting into the game. So I think for the most part, the iPhone 15 Pro theoretically would have been faster for the most part. Getting into the actual game itself once again, let's see if there's any big differences. The 12 Pro is actually glitching up a little bit. I did kind of notice in the beginning with, but for now it kind of caught up and it actually ended up doing a little bit better. But I would probably tell you the iPhone 15 Pro would have probably been the faster one there as well, just kind of when it comes down to it. Now I'm trying to see what other games they basically have that are similar, but it's going to be very different because they're, the one's my personal device, the other one is not. But I would tell you for the most part, if you're going through and using one of these devices, you're going to be getting the overall faster one on the iPhone 15 Pro than the iPhone 12 Pro. There's still a lot of overlap here for the most part, but I'm actually pretty surprised how good of a job the iPhone 12 Pro is doing. And I will tell you for the most part, if you're going one phone to the other, you're probably going to be getting a faster phone on the iPhone 15 Pro, but the 12 Pro is still doing actually very, very decently for how old that phone is. In terms of the camera side, there's also another very big thing to keep in mind. With the iPhone 15 Pro, like I said before, triple camera setup here, triple camera setup on the iPhone 12 Pro as well, 4K at 60 on the front and the back, which is very, very nice. I love having 4K at 60, and it's a very cool thing to have here as well. And for the most part, whatever phone you're using, you're going to be getting a pretty good experience from both these devices, which again is a very, very nice thing. Now with the iPhone 12 Pro, what I'll definitely tell you is this is a very, very good phone, and I like the iPhone 12 Pro a lot. This type of device, I mean, you're getting like endless amounts of capability. You're getting zooming in capability, 10x, zooming out 0.5x, video mode, slow mode, time lapse, portrait mode, panorama mode. There's a lot of good stuff to love about this phone, which is very, very nice. With the iPhone 15 Pro, this is also a very, very good camera as well. It's a very solid device, and I do like this phone a lot, but you are getting an overall better sensor. You're getting like ProRes RAW, you're getting cinematic mode and portrait mode enhanced. Cinematic mode is very nice, and having this like 2x kind of capability of zooming in and zooming out, I use it all the time. This is like my favorite mode of any type of iPhone camera, and I use it all the time. So this in and of itself is a very, very nice thing, and again, one of my most favorite things to kind of have. And I'll definitely tell you when it kind of comes down to both these devices, if I'm going to go and pick up one, it's probably going to be the iPhone 15 Pro. It's quite obvious. This is going to be the better iPhone in almost every single way you can kind of imagine it. It's going to be faster. It's going to be giving you better battery life. It's going to be giving you better camera, better performance, better everything across the board is going to be there for the iPhone 15 Pro. It's a very good phone. I like this phone a lot, and this is the one that I look at as probably being the better one in almost every single way. With the iPhone 12 Pro, this is also a very good phone, and I like this phone a lot. With this type of device, you're getting, still a good, capable phone, 4K at 60. You're getting decent performance. The performance is actually surprising on this phone. But I will probably tell you, if you're wanting the phone that's going to be giving you the better experience, it's probably almost always going to be the iPhone 15 Pro. This phone is 3 generations newer, and it makes more sense to go and buy this phone over the iPhone 12 Pro. So from that side, that kind of covers up this comparison. If you have any other thoughts or questions, let me know in the comment section below. Hit the like button, that would mean so much, but definitely hit that subscribe button. More importantly than everything else, I love every single one of you guys. Hopefully I'll catch you guys in the next video. Peace out.